Hello. Welcome back. That was interesting. I had fun. Yeah, they're not listening to me. Hello. We're going to go over the lawyer's information, guys. I have an hour and a half before I have to go get my nails done. And then I'll be back. I know, wasn't that quick? I barely shut it down. Yes, I got to get my nails done in an hour and a half. So I got an hour before I have to, hour and 15 minutes before I have to leave. And I don't know what I want done to my nails. I think I don't know. Anyway. Hold on, guys, real quick. What? Get out of Dodge. Let me tell you something. Hello, Demon Dictator. Hello, Raquel. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are finna get. We don't need too much hanging out. We're gonna move right into it, guys. Okay. We're gonna move right into it. Let me pull this up. Is this it? No, that's ladies' night. This is ladies' night. What a night. Oh, what a night. What ladies' night. What a night. Oh, what a night. Okay, we got the lawyer again. We're going to hear what he has to say. Okay. God, why do I keep messing this up? Okay. It's FFRE. Okay, I got to change it everywhere. Hold on, because it looks weird. Oh, God, I can't change it because I'm live. That's suck-a-doo. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm going to know how to spell her name in a minute. Well, why is it spelled right on here? Okay, that's spelled right. Okay, that's spelled right. Welcome, Pickles. Let me share my screen. And guys, like I said, I'm going to get my nails done after this. And then we're going to talk about the lawyer. The lawyer has something to say about Andrew. Okay. Hold on. Hello, Kamari. I don't know what color I'm going to get this time, guys. I'm trying to decide on what I'm going to get. I'm thinking of neutral. Someone said burgundy, in a mirror kind of situation look. Like there's the opportunities are endless. Maybe like a light pink or something. Like, I don't know. Like there's so many different. Metallic burgundy. Yes. Metallic burgundy, someone said. Okay, let's hit play.
This is something that has been hidden for a long time.
Have you?
Looks like she's being given anything in there that's going to implicate.
Just a week ago, he won a $400 million privacy suit against no less than Google. In the UK, he's best known for representing the late Virginia Giuffre in her civil case against Prince Andrew, resulting in a settlement of a reported $16 million. Well, lots happened since we last spoke. The Epstein files have erupted into a major US political scandal. The UK's ambassador to the US, Peter Mandelson, is facing calls to resign over his friendship with Epstein. Maxwell is reportedly being primed for a pardon, and lawmakers are calling for Prince Andrew to return to the US and face a criminal prosecution. Well, David Boyes joins me again now. David, great to have you back on Uncensored. As you've just heard, so much has happened since we last spoke. Let me just start, first of all, if I may, with the sort of series of revelations this week involving the Epstein birthday, which a number of eminent people, including Donald Trump and others, all penned these gushing tributes to Epstein. First of all, were you aware of this? Have you ever seen this? And what do you make of the contents?
We had not seen it until relatively recently. We had subpoenaed the birthday book. That is, we had subpoenaed documents that included the birthday book, but it had not been produced. And it had been held back until literally about 10 days ago. So we had not seen it. And indeed, God bless the American Congress. Without Congress, I don't think anybody would have seen it.
Right.
So I think that this is something that has been hidden for a long time. And now, of course, it comes out. And it used to be said about America that we always reacted too late. And when we did react, we overreacted. And I think that you've got a little bit of that syndrome here with the birthday book.
Do you think people are making too much of it then?
Well, I don't think they're making too much of it. I think it's a very important document, and I think it shows the extent of Epstein's political and social and business relationships. On the other hand, remember the birthday book was done in 2003, which was significantly before Epstein was even accused, let alone convicted, of sex trafficking. And I think we've got to be careful that we don't combine two groups of people. One are people who had relationships with Epstein, who was very well regarded in social, academic, business, political circles at the time, and the people who were active collaborators and participants in the sex trafficking. I think that it's critical, as you and I have talked about several times before, to go after the people who made the sex trafficking possible. This could not have gone on for the time it did, on the scope and scale it did, without a lot of support. On the other hand, I think that it's also important to distinguish between those people and the people who had relationships, social and business relationships.
He does.
With Epstein at the time, who very well may not have. Remember, years after the birthday book, you had major respected American publications publishing very laudatory articles about Epstein and his so-called philanthropy.
Do you draw a distinction, David, between, in terms of reputational damage, not people who were directly involved allegedly in any criminal activity with Epstein, but in terms of reputational damage in this sense, between those who distanced themselves from him after his first conviction, which exposed him as a pedophile, and those who carried on seeing him? And the reason I'm asking is I know you'll be aware of this issue, the scandal brewing involving Lord Peter Mandelson, who's the UK new ambassador to the United States, who has now admitted for the first time that he carried on seeing Epstein, staying at his homes, and being engaged in what appears to be extensive business deals involving Epstein for a period of time, a number of years potentially, after his conviction. Do you see a difference between those two categories of people?
I do. I think that I think the people that continued to work with Epstein afterwards face much greater scrutiny. Although I will also say that after Epstein was convicted, the New York Times wrote a very laudatory piece about it. So I think that the context I think is important. I think the most important thing is who was actually participating, who was actually supporting, who was actually collaborating, who actually knew about what was going on, and knew about what was going on continuing. I think that's a critical question to ask. And unfortunately, Congress, although we wouldn't have this progress without them, is not the best vehicle. I mean, this is something that the prosecutor should be looking at. They're the ones that can separate out the wheat from the chaff.
Have you ever seen any evidence that would suggest Donald Trump either took part in or was aware of any criminal activity involving Epstein?
Absolutely not. And we've looked. We've obviously looked at.
He's not being truthful, unfortunately. The lawyer, and he can't say that he doesn't know because he hasn't been investigating that situation.
What did he say? What is it? He doesn't know what?
That he doesn't believe that Donald Trump is in the files, that he's done anything, that he was aware of what Epstein was doing.
Oh, blimey, he's not going to say yes, is he? If that's a criminal investigation and Donald Trump's been investigated behind the scenes, he can't say it. He can't say it out loud.
You're right. You did. You said that before. That does make sense. And he is the president, so we got to exonerate him.
Yeah, he'll go, oh, no, not Donald Trump's not in those files. And then 6 months later, you might find Donald Trump being arrested.
Hold on, guys. Let me hit play.
Both Trump and former President Clinton. We've looked at all of the really high-profile people, and between my firm's representation and Brad Edwards' firm's representation, we've represented dozens and dozens and dozens of victims, all of whom we've interviewed. We've looked at the documents, and although both Presidents Clinton and Trump had relationships, social relationships with Epstein that I know they regret, there's been no evidence at all. I'm quite confident that neither of them were involved in the actual sex trafficking or any of the sexual activities.
In the birthday book, there's obviously a message purporting to be from Donald Trump, who was a good friend of his at the time, so it's entirely plausible that he would have done a message in that book. Right. Trump has vehemently denied it was him and says the signature was not his, even though people have compared it and see it as being very similar to his signature at the time and indeed today. Is he protesting too much? I mean, is Trump sort of almost trying to get ahead of things by denying stuff that probably is true when he doesn't really need to?
I think he doesn't need to deny it. I don't think there's anything.
He's been exonerated.
Wrong about writing a note to a friend on his birthday. And remember, this was years before he was accused of sex trafficking.
Himself.
I don't know. Obviously, I have no personal knowledge whether it's his signature or not on it.
Unheard of.
It looks like his signature, but if somebody was trying to copy his signature, they probably could. So I don't have any personal knowledge about that. But I do think that he's making more of it than he needs to in terms of denying it.
Do you think, in relation to Lord Mandelson, a lot of calls now in the UK that he should resign on the basis that he has only just made public that he stayed in contact with Epstein for a long period after his conviction, and that he believes a lot of embarrassing revelations are still to come out relating to their friendship, both professional and personal? Do you think it's tenable for someone to be holding down a position like the UK ambassador to the US once you've made an admission of that nature?
I think it's certainly politically difficult. And I think in an ideal world, what you would do is you would look at the actual facts.
Yeah, she lost.
And somebody would try to sort through that.
My husband said that Jasmine Crockett was going to lose last night. So sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that she lost. Yeah.
Is that who you voted for?
Yeah, because she would have been great. She would have did a great job. She really would have. Wow. And maybe God has something else for her, you know?
Yeah, it's not her time yet. It's not her time. One day.
Yeah, maybe she can go for Ted Cruz's seat when he get ready when it come back around again. You just never know. Yeah, and we know who she is now, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's just not her time. One day.
Yeah, she's young too. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, everybody.
I hate that for her. Okay, back to the store.
And make a judgment, taking everything into account. I think in today's world, those kind of judgments are hard. As I say, I think right now, this is a hot political topic, and anybody associated with Epstein is toxic. On the other hand, I think that if you look at it in a perspective, which I think is important to do, I think that ideally people would step back and try to understand what the facts are. For the people who collaborated, participated, I think we have gone far, far too lightly. We've simply let people skate who were integral and participants in the sex trafficking. On the other hand, what I'm concerned about is that the targets tend to be the targets that have the most public attention, as opposed to the people who actually are the worst wrongdoers.
From everything you have gleaned about this, how many other men, and I presume we're talking predominantly men here, do you think you have enough information about that should warrant a criminal prosecution in relation to Epstein?
I think there are between 10 and 20 men that we have enough information on that should entail a prosecutorial investigation. I think the number who I would be confident, if I were a prosecutor, of bringing a prosecution right now, just based on what I know, is fewer than that, considerably fewer than that. But I think we know enough to know that there are more than a dozen men who the government has enough information on that would justify at least a prosecutorial investigation, a serious prosecutorial investigation. And
Hi,
and that hasn't
Annabelle.
happened.
Is one of those men Prince Andrew?
Yes.
So you believe you've seen enough evidence to warrant a criminal prosecution of Prince Andrew?
Oh,
If you're stressed about back taxes, miss the
That
April
is
deadline,
a
or your
serious
books are a mess, well, don't wait. Untouched by modern farming. No.
Not
There
a
you go.
prosecution, but certainly an investigation.
hi, Annabelle. It's so good to see you.
Hi, Annabelle.
Are you okay? Oh, what's going on, sweetheart? Oh, do you
What's
have my,
happened? What's happened?
do you have my WhatsApp situation? I wonder, should she come up? Ask her if she wants to come up.
Annabelle, do you want to come up, or do you want to? You can drop us an email if you
Yeah,
want to. Drop us an email.
I hope everything is okay.
Oh, it's just about her son's ankle.
Oh, wow. So you got to get a revised note. They're being a stickler. That is so rude. Hi, Annabelle.
Oh my God, what a day. So
Oh,
the Middle East is on fire. Mexico is under the control of cartels. New Jersey can't decide if it's freezing cold, snowing, or stupid hot. And my son has a broken ankle and it's
uh-oh.
Muslim. So he has his senior trip on Saturday.
Okay.
So they're flying away, they're going and doing all kinds of fun stuff. And so the trip is going to be challenging for him anyway. So when we saw the orthopedist yesterday, for everyone in the audience, my son broke his ankle at band rehearsal. So with all that going on, I was worried about getting all of our doctor's notes and clearing him from school because he was out for a couple of days. I love that you have a fan. Me too. Perks of being married to a Japanese guy. I have a million fans. So I got the note. I sent him to school. I get a call at 7:30 this morning. Anna Milla showed up. That's my evil.
Oh, Anna Milla.
Anna Milla showed up. So I send him to school. The nurse calls me at 7:30 and goes, well, everything's in order except we don't have clearance for the trip specifically, and it doesn't specify that he needs to use crutches. Good Lord. He has a broken ankle. What
Stupid.
do you want him to do? Scoot around on his butt like a toddler?
Oh my God, the technicalities. That is crazy. So now you got to go back to the doctor's office and get a revised note.
I'm calling them. I'm trying to get it. But of course, like no one's in the office. No one's answering.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
you need it right away.
His day ends at 12 o'clock. And so he was in the nurse's office. They wouldn't even let him leave the nurse's office. So I said, I go send him home. There's no point in him sitting there until he's got to go home. This is stupid. I go, I don't know when the doctor's office is opening. So I left them a message. I'm going to send them an email in a minute. And I'm just trying to start my day. It's 12:30 and I'm just starting my day. So I'm about to lose it. But how are you guys doing? I am I'm riveted with this war.
Oh, yes, it's horrible.
Oh, that's it. It's all going to bomb each other. Let's all just bomb each other and end the human race. Why not?
So, one of the reasons I wanted to come up, ladies, is because I wanted to talk about the moon that just passed us. The full moon and the eclipse. So, what this full moon, and to be sure, on Saturdays I'm going to be doing like the astrological weathercast for the next week. So we're going to have some fun with that, with sun signs and everything on my channel. So it's a new thing I'm adding. We'll see if it flies, you know, see if it flies. But the moon that just passed by has a magnifying effect on the things that are chaotic in your life. And so, lesson learned today, I have a lot of things that are spinning out of control. So I think I'm going to be wrangling those back in over the next few hours.
You got this.
Are you guys experiencing that? Are you seeing like a little bit of chaos going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I got sorry. You go ahead, Letitia.
No, go ahead.
No, I just got a letter in the post that I can't talk about, which was a complete shock. So I got to deal with that as well, on top of other stuff. And I'm just like, at this point, I just started laughing, going, let's just add on more problems to everything else. I just freaked out. And then I thought, do you know what? There's no point in getting freaking out about it. Just deal with it. And I'm just like, what next? What's next? Every time, like my emails click, I go, what's next? Bring it all on. Bring it all on. I'll handle it. I'm a Virgo, triple Virgo. I can handle it. It's fine.
Glad you said that, Demon, because that is one of the things that we should be doing in the wake of this full moon that passed. We should be not reacting. I will say I did not take my own medicine this morning. I reacted like a maniac, like all the Jersey came out all at once. But we're supposed to be tempering our reaction, which is really good for a Virgo like you. You guys like it balanced. You like it evened out. Yeah. So, me, Cancer, either I'm at, 111 or at -0. So it's, I'm like very, very extreme, but, keep doing what you're doing. So Miss Letitia, how about you? Are you dealing with chaos?
Procrastination. I need to get some stuff done. Yes. I just, like, you guys are taking care of business. I need to take care of my business. That's what needs to go down.
It's hard when you have little ones. It's really hard. Like, I mean, my baby he's an adult. He's 18, like this is kind of taken over my whatnot for the last 3 days. They get a cold. They, are not feeling well. They, get a bad grade. There's something going on. Oh, poor Mary Taylor said that her chaos is beyond belief. So all we have to do, ladies, like Linda Carter in the 70s with her Wonder Woman golden lasso. We got a golden lasso, all the crazy stuff. We just got to get it together and just kind of take it one bite at a time. That's what we have to do. So I'm trying.
I love that.
Yeah, a little Wonder Woman action. So
I'm definitely gonna take that advice. Grab it, take one piece at a time, and you'll start getting through the procrastination, Letitia. Start getting
one little bit. Do like little hors d'oeuvres. The gal or the guy walks by with the little plate of hors d'oeuvres. You take a little pig in a blanket, or you take a little bacon wrapped scallop, or you take a little Southwestern egg roll, whatever they got on their plate. You take a little bit, you eat it, you walk around, you take a drink, you go back, you get another one. If you do it in chunks, you might get overwhelmed. That's kind of. I didn't get up for the full moon or the eclipse or anything like that. I knew we were going to have cloud cover. I knew I wasn't going to see anything. So I just kind of basked in the energy. But I felt it rolling over me in the morning. I felt like that chaos coming on. So,
wow. He was kind of prepared a little bit.
Exactly. But what do you think about this? I heard I don't know if you guys were talking about it, the Nancy Guthrie case. I heard there are 2 women that are saying that they know who the kidnapper is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I just saw that breeze by in my news. Who knows if it's true? I really think, and I'm going to stand firm in this. I don't think any of the kidnapper notes are legit. Right.
No, I think there's people messing about.
I think it was
elderly abuse.
And TMZ should not be getting involved, putting this all on. They should be told off, TMZ, for what they've done, I think.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's not right.
I gave up on TMZ a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I dig the Kardashians. Like, I dig what they did as like professionals and the empire that they built. Think it's really cool. Kendall's my favorite. I like Kendall because she seems to.
I think it's really cool.
Yeah, she's just like a shark, like swimming along. Like, I'm pretty. And I'm just gonna do what I got to do. But I feel like TMZ is their PR company at this point. Like TMZ is kind of pumping them, and then, you know, whatever other news they get is going to be interesting. I wanted them to do more coverage on David, the rapper that had that young girl that was found in his Tesla.
With that.
So I psychically, you want to know what I think psychically?
Yeah.
I think it was either one of his entourage or that assistant. It
wasn't him directly. No wonder they wasn't like.
I don't think it was him.
Yeah, he would have been arrested by now if they thought it was him.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel terrible about that because he has such an interesting trajectory. I knew nothing about him before all of the kerfuffle. He actually was a gamer and was like doing the whole Twitch thing and monetizing. He kept getting popped because he was putting music in the background. So he said, forget it. I'm just going to make my own music. And he was like 15, 16 years old when he was doing that. So, you know, and I'm not writing him a blank check if it does turn out that he did, you know, the unspeakable. But when the readings I did initially, I'm like, this guy doesn't know anything about this. And he's actually busted up about it. And you know, we can slice and dice it and say she was too young and she shouldn't have been there and she was a runaway and blah 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 blah. But I think he really cared about her. And I think he really cared about her.
Trying to help her.
Yeah, and I think this potentially could go in a weird direction, but I think it was one of the entourage. I think it happened, you know, without his knowledge. And you know, and other people have argued this with me. They're like, well, it was his car. It was you know what? I lived out in LA and my ex-husband worked in the music industry. And a lot of the time, the car that is leased or under the name of an artist or an individual, it's part of the company.
Right.
And all kinds of people drive those. Like, you know, it's unless you've been in the thick of that industry, like there's a lot of stuff that goes on.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I'm trying to keep an eye on it, but it looks like they're not really saying a whole lot. Yeah, I don't know, but you know, like why keep your trap shut? You know, let us know what's going on. Like,
exactly. Tell.
I don't know. I always worry about people being convicted. And I think, and technology has gotten much better. It's gotten much better.
It really helps.
Yeah. Patch up those holes.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I because he's prominent, like, you know, people want to see the king fall, you know?
Right.
Like,
Oh yeah. There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of hate, you know, that goes along with it. It's sad.
So, you know, hopefully they're going to get some breaks in that. But
good. Yeah.
I'm going to look a little bit deeper on the Nancy Guthrie thing and see what these two gals who are saying that they know who the kidnapper is. And I'm sorry, but every time I say kidnapper, I hear murderer in my head, you know?
Oh, that's
it will be now, won't it? It will be that now.
That's it right there.
It's too long. This is
I
feel terrible for the family. I had a short up. It was clipped from one of my longer videos, and somebody was like, "How dare you? Shame on you!" And I'm shame on me because the short was like, you know, the Guthrie family should keep looking, but it, you know, you're looking for.
You're being honest.
Yeah. And you know, people
then that person shouldn't be watching if they're going to get offended by what you say. Don't watch.
Exactly.
Just watch something else.
It's you know, it's and I mean, you gals, you know how I read. I try and read as positively as possible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
you're just positive.
I try.
I've had a great reading each time. It's been beautiful.
Yeah, I wasn't very positive this morning. I was cursing before noon. So it's been a wild day. But listen, I just want to pop in and say hey, and we're all gonna get our boogie on Friday.
Yes, that's gonna be awesome,
and it's gonna be a good kickoff to the weekend. But hello to everyone in your chat. Hello to your community if they're watching on the rewatch. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this lady up here. She's got some cool stuff coming out. She's an up and comer.
Thank you.
We're gonna do some fun stuff together. It's gonna be a fun.
I'm excited about it, Annabelle.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you guys like to have fun. I love your community. Everybody's so nice. So we're just gonna keep chugging along and grow our community.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we will.
I'm going to jump off. I got some readings today, private, and I'm going to do some content. I'm going to talk about Kelly Osbourne. I'm going to do a nice little reading on her later.
Okay.
I might do a reading on Britney, and I might do a reading on Demi Moore. So
I'm going to be looking for you. Are you going live? You're going live?
I won't be live until Friday, but I may go live on TikTok later.
So I'll see. Yeah. Okay.
So, but we'll coordinate on the WhatsApp too. So
okay, Well, thank you for coming, sweetheart. Anytime, pop in.
Thank you so much. I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay.
See you. Bye. Bye.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice, Annabelle, to come over and give us a ray of sunshine. It just so beautiful.
I need a ray of sunshine right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back. And then I have something on Nancy that I want you guys to see. It says, but before that, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do Nancy, and then we're going to start the video of Virginia, 60 minutes. Now, I hope they do not strike me. If they do, we're going to have to start listening to it without seeing her face.
Okay,
here we go.
I would be cautious about saying who should be prosecuted and who should not be prosecuted. But one of the things that has frustrated us, as you and I have spoken about before, is that both in the UK and the United States, he was basically given a pass. And I think there's enough on the record that we have that there should have been a prosecutorial investigation. And if there had been, either there would have been a prosecution or they could have.
Do you guys think that they took too long to arrest Andrew after he paid Virginia the $12 million? And are they just now getting the evidence they need to arrest him?
Yeah, I think that because when he made that agreement or the settlement with Virginia, that's it, case closed. So now there's more evidence. There's now more evidence that so they can now go further. But whatever's been agreed with him and Virginia will probably be, maybe, I'm not a lawyer, that may be left out because that's already been dealt with.
It's just like P. Diddy. Yeah. Remember, he got sued by Cassie.
Yeah.
Later, he was in jail. When does he get out?
Yeah. So
October.
Whatever they have an agreement between them. So, but she was a witness, rather than that being against. That was not a court case between her and P. Diddy because that was already dealt with. But she was just another witness.
They were. You know what? That was the weirdest court case there was. They centered it around Cassie and her abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something that was interesting.
Yeah, they didn't do that well.
No, at all.
Yeah.
Have said that they had determined that there should not be.
Right.
Now we're in this situation in which, in some senses, from a reputational standpoint, it's almost worse because you don't have a finding, you have all of the implications.
There's been a sustained campaign, in particular, to discredit the infamous photograph of Prince Andrew, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Virginia Giuffre when she was 17 years old.
Right.
We're going to come on to Ghislaine Maxwell, who obviously has been at the centre of news for cooperating with the Trump DOJ. But in terms of that photograph, do you believe that photograph is genuine? And what do you think of the campaign to try and discredit it?
There is no question at all that photograph is genuine. We've actually traced it back to the place where it was developed. There is absolutely no question at all that photograph is genuine. And I think that the sustained attack on that photograph was not only misguided, but really outrageous. And I think that one of the things that it did was it totally destroyed Prince Andrew's reputation and his credibility. It was something that, as I've said before, he would have been much better off accepting and trying to explain, perhaps, than this misguided and totally baseless attack on its genuineness.
What do you make of the development involving Ghislaine Maxwell, which many people are seeing as maybe a precursor to her getting pardoned by Donald Trump?
Well, I certainly hope it's not a precursor to getting pardoned by Donald Trump. I think it was, again, undesirable. It looks like she's being given favorable treatment in return for saying things that is positive to the administration. The administration doesn't need her to vouch for it. And I think showing that kind of favoritism to her.
The mere fact that they need her is disgusting, because she is just as guilty as Epstein when it comes to these girls.
Yeah.
And for them to even be discussing a pardon is insulting.
It is. It's awful. It's sometimes you just think, what goes on in these people's heads? It's not right. It's not right at all.
I think I would be very disturbed if Donald Trump let her go.
Yeah, if he did, exactly. If he did, there's something wrong there.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
Something wrong there.
Really was not only wrong, but I think it backfired. I think people are unhappy with that, and I would hope that the administration doesn't go any further.
Yeah.
In relation to Ghislaine Maxwell's culpability, she obviously was convicted. Do you think there's any doubt about her role with Epstein, her complicit role in aiding and abetting him with the abuse of so many young girls?
I think the record at her trial was conclusive. I think you can't read the testimony and look at the evidence in that trial and have any conclusion other than the conclusion that the jury reached.
In relation to Andrew, there is a move by people in Congress that he should be brought to the United States and be prosecuted and be made accountable. It is highly unlikely that scenario is going to happen.
Right.
But would you encourage it to happen? Do you think that justice would be served if that was to happen?
I think justice might very well be served. I would be troubled by prosecutions that are essentially generated by the legislature. I think that is something that the prosecutorial agencies should be responsible for. I think one of the issues is what happens when the prosecutors don't do their job.
Ooh.
And I think that has been the situation here. I think this has been a situation where you have had just prosecutorial failures, serious prosecutorial failures. And in that situation, maybe the legislature is the only vehicle that you can turn to. But I think it's certainly undesirable from a procedural standpoint.
There's a general sense that there's been a cover-up, and that because Donald Trump's name appeared in the Epstein files, we knew that originally from Elon Musk, who told the world his name was in the files, that he, and along with Democrat politicians, that there's no one really with a vested interest politically in seeing full transparency here and seeing everything released. Do you think that, from everything you know, would it serve the American public interest if literally everything that is there is revealed to the public?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that it all ought to come out, and it all ought to come out now. You ask about a cover-up. There's no doubt there's been a cover-up. There's no doubt that people have held back stuff to protect rich and powerful people. There's no doubt that the prosecutors have frankly been overwhelmed by Epstein and people supporting Epstein and people who have a vested interest in Epstein files not being totally made public. I think the American people will only have confidence when it all
so unfair.
So I think that
it really is.
I think Congress is doing a great service here. And as I said at the beginning, God bless the American Congress, because without that, much more would still be hidden. But it all ought to come out. And I think that's in the interest of the administration. There is nothing in there that is going to implicate Donald Trump, for example. I don't believe there's anything in there that's going to implicate any current member of the administration. So let it come out and take out the names of the victims, but let all of the evidence come out and let the American people see it.
Yeah.
Virginia Giuffre, it's transpired, left a memoir posthumously, which is now going to be published in October. Have you seen the contents of this book? I have not. I knew that she was considering writing it. I didn't know how far that had progressed, and I've not seen the contents. From everything that you, but I think it will. I was just going to say, David, from everything that from your conversations with Virginia, many conversations, do you think that this book could cause a sensation? Could she start in the book posthumously naming names, other names? I think she might. Her mission from the beginning, and she said herself, was to attack the sin more than the sinners. I think she was devoted her life after she escaped Epstein to trying to make sure that what happened to her didn't happen to other people. I think she was much more interested in that than in pursuing sort of personal vindication against individuals. So I'm not sure how much she will name names in there as opposed to talk about the circumstances. But she does have names to name, I know that. How many victims do you think there were of Jeffrey Epstein? It's so hard to say, but hundreds.
Hundreds.
I had two clients, both recruited by Maxwell and Epstein the same month.
Two clients.
One in Santa Monica, California, one in Johannesburg, South Africa. This was an international operation that funneled dozens of young girls to the mansion and the ranch and the place in Florida and the island year after year after year.
Wow.
So it was a very large number of people, and we have names
So
for
awful.
over
It's
100.
so awful.
He had an
But there are many
organization
people
going.
Yeah, he
whose name
did.
we don't even know.
Is this one of the worst scandals of its kind you've ever encountered?
I think it is. I think it is on several levels. I mean, it's
This is the worst scandal of all times. Number one, our president of the United States is in there, and we're sweeping it under the rug.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
We're not investigating it, though. We're not asking questions.
How do you
We're
not
not
know that?
asking Donald Trump questions about his association with Jeffrey Epstein. They should.
You don't know that. They may be.
They're not asking him any questions. No. He's been exonerated. He exonerated himself.
Yeah, he exonerated himself. It's so funny. I exonerate myself.
Funny.
And if you prosecute me, I'm going to pardon myself too.
Yeah, I'm pardoning myself from the prosecution.
Jesus wept.
It's a terrible scandal and tragedy, just in terms of the sex trafficking. But it's also a terrible scandal and tragedy for the failure of everyone who should have been paying attention to this.
Yep.
Everybody in the media, prosecutors, lawyers. This is a failure of the justice system at large. It is a failure.
It went on
to
for
protect,
decades.
These most vulnerable people in our society. And one of the things that I think is really
this is crazy.
disturbing is the only time this really gets any traction is when there's a political aspect to it. I'm not sure we ever would have gotten the prosecutors to go after Epstein and Maxwell even if you'd not had the scandal involving Acosta, who, of course, he was U.S. attorney at the time of the Sweetheart deal, but by the time the Miami Herald articles were written, he was Secretary of Labor.
Right.
And without that political hook, I'm not sure we ever would have had the attention. And if the birthday book didn't have Donald Trump and Bill Clinton in it, I'm not sure it would be getting anything like the attention it is. So I think that we are still failing these young women.
Yep.
Because we're not vindicating them. We're not going after the people who abused
them.
It's much more
over and over and over again.
And I think that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I completely agree. David Boyce, always great to have you on Uncensored. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Good to talk.
It's really unfortunate.
It is. It's a terrible story. It's a terrible, terrible situation.
Okay, this is Nancy real quick. And then we're going to move over to Virginia. Wait a minute. What time is it? We may do Virginia tomorrow, looks like. I got about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, do Virginia tomorrow. See if we can kind of do it all in one day type of thing.
Okay, we'll do Virginia. We'll start Virginia tomorrow.
She deserves our full attention, I think.
Yeah. Junior Dictator, you have an echo.
Do I? Oh, sorry.
Okay, let's move over to Nancy.
Come out, come in again.
Forensics expert shares elderly abuse theory. Elderly abuse?
They went around the side of the house. There were 3 of them. What was most interesting is they seemed especially interested in the front door. which is of course where we saw the blood drops. And then they opened the door. They went in. There was some speculation that they could be locksmiths, although I'm not sure that really makes any sense. But they were here for about an hour, and then they were gone, Jesse.
Brian, I want your take on what the sheriff had to say about getting definitely closer to a break. But let me just get to Joseph real quick. Joseph, I understand you might have two theories about what may have happened to Nancy that we might not be thinking.
Debbie, no, Donald Trump isn't the only president that's in there, but he's in there and they're not questioning him. Why aren't they not questioning him? What makes him exempt from Bill Clinton? Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
Chris says, every time he comes across my videos, nobody's watching or nobody's commenting.
Who?
That's what he said about my situation.
Well, there's 9 in one and 11 in another. And maybe people are just watching the show. Don't always have to comment.
Yeah, Chris. And just so you know,
Chris,
people
you
do
can just
comment.
go somewhere else.
People do talk to me. And I do have a lot of people in my chat. You're here.
Yeah. Thanks, Chris, for coming and commenting.
Yeah,
Thanks
for being a number. Hit the
It
like
helps.
button on your way out.
It helps the algorithm. Thank you. Appreciate
He
it.
doesn't have to. He needs to be questioned.
Well, yeah. I mean, first off, I think that, going with what Brian is saying about the blood deposition there in the front at the door, I think that is significant because this is an act of violence. And, we have confirmed, or they have confirmed at least, that is Mrs. Guthrie's blood that was deposited there. I have my own thoughts about the nature of the deposition and what it kind of stems from. And that was a sudden taking, if you will. The one shot there where you have that kind of expirated blood that is in that large patch. You've got the larger elements of blood there. That expirated blood, which I think are the tiny little dots right there. That's evidence of somebody probably coughing or sneezing out blood deposition from right there. And this blood is not indicative of saying having cut on your hand and just kind of free falling.
It was. It looks like a
You
splatter.
have this other idea about her age and her being a vulnerable victim?
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys realize how many cases I've worked over the course of my career in Atlanta and New Orleans that involved a ransom? Zero. The cases I have worked, elder abuse. I've had people that have taken advantage of the elderly because they knew that they had money.
Wow.
And they bum rush them into their house and they snatch them out of there, or they do terrible things like murder inside of the house. She is a much more valuable target to them if they had foreknowledge of whose mother she was. That doesn't take a deep dive here. And so if they think that they can get anything out of her, so I think that comes to local knowledge. Who knows this? Is this somebody's, grandson that might be in the neighborhood that has some knowledge that's been talking about this for a protracted period of time?
Right.
I wonder if it's gang related. I wonder what they're pressing
It's
relative to the
random.
gang associations in Pima County, because this smacks of this
random.
relative to targeting her.
Right.
Taking
It
her
is.
out.
And
Doesn't make
Brian,
sense.
I'll give you a chance to respond to that since you've been on the ground and know this case better than anybody else. But also,
Well, they
wanted
need
to
to call
respond the
everybody
sheriff
that's
that they're
on the list,
definitely
Debbie.
closer to finding a suspect. But I mentioned before all the seemingly.
Yeah, you talk to me. I'm going to talk back to you. But I just saw B Goddess. Oh, she's live. I'm here listening, working in the yard. Look at you, Pickles, always supporting. Mwah. Love you.
Hi, Pickles.
I'm trying to multitask, but I'm still here. Look, I know you guys are with me. Thank you, Maureen.
Oh, you don't have to feed that troll. We know you're here. Don't have to feed
I
that
know
troll.
you guys are here and with me. I'm not alone. Why do trolls come here and try to ruin the vibe? We're here and commenting. Hit that like button, Chris. Thank you.
You're going to rile them up now, Chris. They're all going to come for you.
Yeah, we're coming for you, Chris. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Or at least what they know.
Yeah, and he's been saying that for a while. There were a few other things he said today that really stood out to me. One, he was asked about that new surveillance video of the car from 2.5 miles away. He said that it is part of the investigation, but he said that they are looking at hundreds of thousands of cars, which my jaw kind of dropped. Like, hundreds of thousands? How could that possibly be? I don't know if it's from traffic cameras, but that wasn't really encouraging to hear him say that. The other interesting thing was in terms of the backpack that the suspect was wearing that they've been saying was bought at Walmart all along, and we know they were going through the Walmart sales records. Today, he said that they believe the suspect may have gotten it secondhand. So he didn't necessarily buy the backpack himself from Walmart, which is something we haven't heard the sheriff say before.
Brian, real quick, about 40 seconds to Joseph's theory. If someone bum rushed her, jumped in, maybe was trying to get something from the house. Do you know if anything was stolen from her house?
Not that we know of, no. And I heard what Joseph was saying about the blood. One thing I've thought about is I think it may be an indication that she was alive when she left the house. Because if she was already dead, you would think, I mean, I hate to talk like this, but you'd think they would have wrapped her up. Or why would there be those blood spots coming if she was already dead? So I think it's a sign that she was alive when she left.
Gentlemen, I wish we had more time to talk about this because there could be a number of theories we go through. But Brian Enton, Joseph Scott Morgan.
They said elderly abuse.
As always.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based.
I don't think there's elderly abuse. The abuse did come, but it's much deeper than that.
Elderly abuse might just be like an umbrella term, and underneath that there may be various components into it.
I had another. Let me show you guys this real quick.
Might leave you guys. I might get some dinner on because I'm getting a bit hungry.
Okay, sweetheart.
I'll still watch.
I got me a snack-a-do. Go get you something to eat.
Well, and I'll join you tomorrow for the Virginia, depending on what time you start.
I'm going to start at 9.
I think it should be
Okay. See what I can do.
Okay, sweetheart.
I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Okay.
Has there been any instance where a missing person has returned days, weeks, or even months after they've been kidnapped?
The only time in my experience that I've
Breaking news in the Nancy Guthrie disappearance. A former investigator has shared fresh details from a trusted source about what was reportedly found inside the home, including missing bed sheets, night clothes, and possible male bodily fluids. This could shift how we view the very first hours of the case if those details hold up. So I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So here's the major update straight from former Kentucky investigator Chris Roach, who has decades of experience in missing persons investigations. It's important to note right up front, no one has been charged in this case. Law enforcement has not named any suspects, and these details come from unverified claims by Chris's source. And of course, Sheriff Nanos has publicly stated that all family members and their spouses have been cleared. Chris revealed this from his source, and here's exactly what he said in the interview.
And then the word I'm getting now is I am being told that her bed sheets are missing and her bed clothing, which she normally goes to bed in, is missing.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, that's.
And I wanted to talk to you about the latest on the kidnapping of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Savannah Guthrie, who I'm sure you all know from the Today Show. I do want to tell you what we know at this time, although it is changing sometimes hour to hour. The reason I'm talking about this is twofold. One is you're concerned about it just as I am. You probably feel like you know Savannah Guthrie because you've watched her so much. I do know Savannah Guthrie. I've worked with her a number of times. She's something. This obviously is a terrible, terrible time for her and her are enough that there is a pattern. And data and patterns matter in these kinds. They're very discreet about it. And oftentimes the authorities will tell them, look, you have to decide, are you willing to pay a ransom or are you not? And if professionals are involved, these things get resolved about 97% of the time. If you have insurance against kidnapping, which most people don't, of course, or you have the money to pay, then the vast majority of the time, these things get resolved and the person gets recovered.
Day 31, Nancy Guthrie missing. I've never seen anything like it before with this amount of evidence. The guy's on video. We have his height. We have his weight. We have the date. We've got the time. We've got 50,000 tips. Nancy Guthrie still missing. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us. Look at the perp.
5'9" to 5'10".
Video is always the best evidence.
Is there an accomplice?
Something protruding that resembles a phone.
The vehicle is the linchpin to cracking a case wide open.
How the heck has this guy managed to outsmart the feds?
This case is full of hypotheses, theories, mystery guy in a video, when in the end, it comes down to an 84-year-old woman who's not with her family.
There's so much that everybody wants to know, right? But I would be very neglectful, irresponsible as a police law enforcement leader to share that with everybody. We have information on this case that we think is going to hopefully lead us to solving this case.
How?
But it takes time.
Can you get there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is Sheriff Nanos from our friends at the Today Show.
Day 31, Nancy Guthrie still missing. The reward now up to over $1.2 million. Straight out to Crime Stories investigative reporter Dave Mack. Dave, what's the latest?
Nancy, as we hit the 1 month mark in the investigation, for the very first time since any of this began, we saw Savannah Guthrie in public. Savannah Guthrie, along with her sister Annie and Annie's husband Tommaso, the three of them appeared at Nancy Guthrie's home. And in the front part of her home, on the edge of the property, there is a makeshift memorial. It's got yellow flowers and yellow ribbons, all types of things like that. And Annie and Savannah walked arm in arm with Tommaso, and they actually set a note down at this makeshift memorial. Then later in the day, Savannah issued another Instagram, and again, talking really about her mother and directly to her mother. And I'm wondering,
do we think that at some point they will find her, says Maureen? And that's a good question. Like, I know Annabelle says that if we do, it's going to be, she doesn't believe that Nancy is alive. Also too, usually the first 48 gives you the lead. It feels like the case has gone cold and it's not hot anymore like it was. With, you saw a man at the door, you saw two men at two different times, almost like he was casing it. He had a gun on him. What kind of gun was that? Did they see any registration numbers somewhere? Like, somebody had to heard something. Somebody knows something. And I just think it's weird that whoever this is would randomly decide that they're going to go get, Yeah, I'm finna go. He's letting me know what time it was because I gotta go get my nails done. Yeah, I'm leaving in about 5 minutes. I'm gonna let everybody go. But I was trying to look up the SNL skit that SNL did of Meghan and Harry this weekend. So I'm looking for that before we go. And then I will see you lovely people tomorrow. If bed sheets are missing, then maybe her body was wrapped in them and she was killed at that house. You know, should I go back to, let me go back to him.
Professionals are involved. These things get resolved about 97% of the time. If you have insurance against, no, most kidnappings don't get reported, probably because the kid or her. The other reason I'm talking about this is because I did choose to get trained in forensic because they help you to know how. You have to make a decision what your primary objective is.
Into certainty. Instead,
he's trying to teach us how to solve the case. Just tell us what you know.
Matters in cases like this, that the details overlooked are often the details that matter most. If that describes you, please consider subscribing. And as we continue this journey together, leave a comment while retreating psychologically in increments too small to register as alarm, too consistent to dismiss as coincidence. Investigators reported.
I still think I still believe that we're dealing with a family member or something to that effect. Let's finish just, I want to hear just a little bit more, and then we're going to sound off on this, and we're going to go to Meghan's Saturday Night Live. They did a Saturday Night Live thing on Meghan. It's on Popcorn Planet. I'm going to show his live. Hopefully he doesn't try to strike me. Okay? I'll give you some promo.
We examined Nancy's final known interactions with exactly this framework in mind. Messages were analyzed not only for content, but for tone. Timing gaps became meaningful. Words omitted carried as much weight as words spoken. Behavioral science does not claim certainty. It identifies probabilities shaped by pattern. And the pattern investigators were reportedly mapping in Nancy's final days pointed towards something that had been building long before January 31st. Not a single event, but a slow erosion invisible to the outside world. Another layer experts examined was communication asymmetry. The imbalance between individuals seeking connection and those withdrawing from it. Messages unanswered, plans postponed. Emotional labor carried unevenly across relationships that appear stable on the surface. These patterns, while common in ordinary life, become investigatively significant when combined with disappearance. Dr. Phil's interpretation emphasized that disappearance without preparation suggests interruption rather than departure. And the absence of any preparation in Nancy's case, no packed belongings, no accessed funds, no deliberate distancing, shifted behavioral probability decisively toward external involvement. The question that framework.
Hold on. It's going off. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Bear with me. Okay, listen. We're going to move on really quick. Hello, Polo. Welcome. Welcome to Mimi's house. Something makes me think that mystery man called to be a woman. He was moving kind of slow, wasn't he? There's something about the eyes and the way they walk that makes me think that. Hello, Polo. Everybody say hello to Polo. Polo's in the house. Drop your link, Polo. Are you going live? I want to do something really quick. I want us to look at here we go. Saturday Night Live. It's 9 minutes.
Saturday Night Lives.
I'm gonna give you a thumbs up, and I'm gonna share your link in my chat so people will know exactly where to go get your page, Andy Senior. I can't see it. I don't know where it is. Here, I'm just going to share this link that way, and then here we go.
Savagely roasted Meghan Markle over the weekend, as critics also asked why did they do this bizarre Middle East trip to Jordan if they essentially shuttered down their charity foundation? But I had to start with this clip over the weekend. Some of you may have seen it by now, but I wanted to make sure you all did because it is a savage burn. I know a lot of you can't actually access the Saturday Night Live pages from other countries, so let's give you a taste of what they did, this savage comparison to Prince Andrew. This was on the Weekend Update section with Colin Jost, who has mocked Meghan before. Like, I gotta say, I think this one's the biggest roast yet. You ready for it? Here we go.
Andrew Mountbatten
$1
Windsor,
million
the
is
former
still up for
prince and
grabs.
current river corpse.
Look at that. I gotta pause.
Makes you want to send out your own search party for a whole $1 million. This is a SNL skit on Meghan.
There's also her commentary was that photo. Oh. My God, how did that get out? Oh, he looks, I mean, good. I'm not, but my God, he does look like a river corpse.
Has been arrested and now may be banned from ever taking the throne. In fact, the royal family said the only way he can become king is if it comes down to either him or Meghan.
Oh my God, there's so many things to unpack in that joke. First of all, the groans are brutal.
Down to either him or Meghan.
It's like they don't want to laugh, but they do because then, listen, they laugh. They're not that sorry, but they know that was brutal. Because again, it's like the only way he'll be king royal is if it's him or Meghan. They still would say no to Meghan. Yeah, that was a pretty good joke. It's a pretty good joke, Colin. And I don't take joy in her downfall. I don't. It's just so frustrating how they constantly portray themselves as victims. But the reality is they're just very unlikable. They're very unlikable. And the reason is because they're so fake and disingenuous and aren't honest. Why were they in the Middle East doing this trip to Jordan? Now, again, we've touched upon it. I've said it over and over again, but I think it's important as even now Page 6 is coming out with more proof. They've shuttered the foundation pretty much. Their whole charity organization is pretty much over. This latest quasi-royal trip is being questioned after Page 6 revealed that the couple has essentially shuttered their Archewell Foundation and let go nearly all their staffers. They spent 2 days in Jordan on this humanitarian visit to the World Health Organization, who invited them to the Middle East. They were pictured meeting young Palestine patients evacuated from Gaza for medical treatment. Now, Page 6 understands, this is some of the juicy stuff here. The pair flew commercial, not by private jet. Interesting. One, if that's true, I'm sure they did not enjoy that. They were probably still first class. But do you believe that? I mean, the flight log should help us prove that. So I'm curious if anybody out there has done the due diligence more than I had a chance to yet. Do you think that's real? We'll keep looking. But anyway,
who is loaning Meghan a jet? George Clooney is not giving up his jet anymore, and neither is Tyler Perry. And ain't Tyler Perry in some trouble? Like, she can't call out to some of her friends. She can't be seen with Tyler Perry. Can she? She's running from Tyler Perry.
Apparently, they flew commercial at the invitation
Look at her. Look at her in this Jordan hospital looking at this woman's amputee leg. And then when you roll over to the next screen, her father has an amputee leg and she's yet to go visit him. Sorry, Saka Doolittle.
Who's director general, but paid for the trip themselves after alerting Buckingham Palace officials. Now, that's two big reveals there. They paid for the trip themselves. That's kind of shocking. But then again, it's not, because if they used Archewell Foundation, because this is a write-off, we're going to Jordan to do our showing up and doing good. That's literally their motto. So from a business expense standpoint, we showed up to the World Health Organization to help victims of yada, yada, yada. Yeah, they're going to probably business expense that trip. So while they paid for it, I bet you they paid for it out of the charity funds of Archewell. And now if I'm wrong, they should clarify that. And then I guess there should be audits at the end of the year that can help us understand where those funds went. But this has always been my problem with their charity. It's just an excuse for them to pay to go show up and do good, but really just show up and look good is really what it ultimately is. Now, they say they alerted Buckingham Palace. Okay, maybe they did, but as if that made a difference. Like, what are they going to not do it if Buckingham Palace is like, actually, can you not do that? I'm sure they weren't gonna. They should just read, they gloating to Buckingham Palace that they're going on a trip. But yeah, just all of this, again, look at these photo ops, how Meghan does it all to camera. Who else gets caught like this with photos? Like, when you're doing charity, do you often position yourself to be right near holding hands with and make sure your face is presented to camera, and also having a camera person there to take these shots? It's all so orchestrated and manipulative. So even when they're doing good, I don't accept it. You do good in private. You go do good and you do your charity on your own. There's no need to constantly publicize your charity work, especially if that charity work is now pretty much done and only has 2 people working there. This is ludicrous. But yes, last September, Archewell announced $500,000 in donation to projects supporting injured children from Gaza and Ukraine. This included $200,000 to WHO and $150,000 for Save the Children, $150,000 to Center of Blast Injury. Now, again, great that they gave money, but this is Meghan and Harry giving money when it's actually people giving money to Archewell, which then goes to, they disperse based on who they want to give money to. The trip, made just days after Andrew's shocking arrest over suspicion of misconduct, comes as a surprise given that the renegade royals have effectively dismantled their own charity. Yeah, indeed. They don't have a foundation anymore. So what are they actually doing to help these people? They have no more money to give. That's the elephant in the room, says a source. They are disgracing people with their presence, added another insider linked to the foundation. Yeah, showing up and doing good. That's literally the tagline of their foundation.
Humanitarian.
In December, James Holt, longest serving staffer, announced he was stepping down. That was a big reveal, to move back to the UK full-time, leaving only his longtime counterpart, Shauna, at the charity. However, Page 6 revealed she's not even full-time employee, but working as a consultant basis. Foundation has also let go of 3 more employees.
Wow, she let go of 3 more employees when?
Alongside this, the charity has been rebranded Archewell
They let 3 more people go during that time? Wow.
And Harry and Meghan transferred the Archewell Foundation Parents Network to another nonprofit group, Parents Together. Despite this, we're told the Jordan visit effectively gave the Sussexes an opportunity to see where their funding had gone.
All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I hope I flooded you guys with enough information to last you until tomorrow. But if I haven't, I do apologize. I hope that you guys enjoyed the live. Maureen says Harry and Meghan may end up living under a bridge. Well, at least Meghan can write their homeless hunger sign in her famous calligraphy. Yeah. Hungry? That is too funny. Well, I'm off to get my nails done, guys. I may get the burgundy with the cat eye. That does sound pretty. Or I may get like a French manicure, just keep it clean and neat. Or maybe, just have it where they're buffed. Yeah, like they're just clear. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, before we go, let me show you Polo's porch. Go check him out. Yes, go check him out. And hold on just a sec. He does Tranquility on Tuesdays, and on Tranquility Tuesdays, so like 40 minutes of beautiful music, just relaxing. It's really cool. And then he has Fireball Fridays, where we toast to different things that we want to toast to. It's pretty cool, so go check him out. Let me post his link in my chat. Oh, oopsie daisy. Hold on. I keep messing up here. Oh. Okay, here we go. Copy. Ooh, that wasn't easy. There you go. Fireball Friday and Tranquility Tuesday and other stuff that be going on over there. So, and they keep it real. They keep it real over there, okay? Thank you, Polo. I appreciate the support. Listen, guys, I'm off. Here's Polo's link. I'm off to go get my nails done. Yes. It's been a while and it feels weird without them done. It feels icky do. Yep. Like I like one time I was going on like this budget and I said, I'm not going to get my nails done anymore just to, cut back on or whatever, just to make some sacrifices. This was when I was single. And it didn't last. You got to get your nails done. You girls, get your nails done. And you don't have to get your nails done. You can do your own nails. Give your own self a pedicure and stuff. But that's one thing that like I have to do because my hands, people look at your hands a lot. I think I want them long too. I don't want them short and I don't want them square. Oh, the hell with it. Come on, let's all go. Let's all go to the shop. Let's do a ride along. Okay, because I'm having a hard time hanging up. Okay, hold on. I don't want to go by myself. Let's see here. Power on. Okay, I don't know what this is in this bag. Some chicken nuggets. No, Kara tricked me. Let me tell you how she tricked me. So hi, hon. There's something at the door. So let me tell you how she tricked me. She I picked her up from school. It's starting to get hot in Texas. I don't know where y'all live. Is it still cool? It ain't got hot. I need some new clothes. I gotta lose weight first. I don't want to be. Okay, it's just. Yeah, turn on that air. Hold on, let me put on my seatbelt. Oh. Put a 1 in the chat if you can't hear me. This lady got pulled over this morning. I'll tell you. What was I going to say? What was I saying? What was I talking about? because I really wanted to tell you guys that. My daughter, don't forget, I got to tell you something that happened to me and Kiara. But before I get to that, there was I was getting ready to take my daughter to school this morning, and put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Just say, I can hear you. Oh, that's going out. Wait, I need to go back home. Because I don't want to be, this earpiece isn't strong. Like it's already beeping. Let me know the battery's dead. And I don't want to be at the beauty shop just looking at her and with nothing to listen to. So hold on, I got to go back in the house and get my charger. But I was saying was, this morning when I was getting ready to take my daughter to school, this police officer had pulled this lady over, and I was saying to myself, he will be bothering her while she's trying to go to work, you know, trying to go to work or go to wherever she was going. But let me let you guys in on something too. The town over, I heard okay, we're gonna put that in there. This looks like where the charger is. Okay, let's try this again. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Okay. So, and my daughter was like, Mommy, that lady's in trouble. That lady's in trouble. I said, yeah, look like it. I said, look like he messing with her. But he let her off with a warning. He let her off with a warning. Okay, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, good. Everybody can hear me. Good. We're going on a ride-a-do. We're going on a ride-a-do. Hold on, baby. Put your seatbelts on. Okay, good. Hello, Kamari. Hello, JC. Welcome. We're going on a ride-a-do. Hold on. Buckle up, baby. Polo, you a mess. A ride-a-do. He know about those ride-a-do's. He know about those ride-a-do's. He would like to be addressed as he, pronoun. We're going on a ride-a-do. Okay. So this morning, okay, there was another story about my little girl. Let me remember it. God, what was it? Oh, not that story. God, what was it? Was it this morning? She tricked me. I know she tricked me. I said something about her tricking me. Oh, here it is. So, yesterday, on Tuesday, okay? She says, Mommy, I want to go to Donald's. She calls McDonald's Donald's. Mommy, I want to go to Donald's and get a Coca. She called it Coca instead of Coke. Coca. And I was like, you want to go to Donald's and get a Coke? I said, I got you some chicken nuggets from Donald's, but I didn't get you a Coke. And so I took her to McDonald's and got her a Coke, a Coca. And so that was on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I pick her up from school and she says it again. Mommy, I want to go to Donald's and get a Coca. And then I'm like, oh, okay. This is becoming a pattern. This is becoming a daily to-do. I said, first of all, we're not going to be drinking soda like that on a daily basis. This is what was going on through my mind. You know, I said, we're not going to be drinking soda every day, going to McDonald's, having a soda. And so I'm talking to myself, telling myself this, and looking back at her, thinking about, should I take her to get another Coca? So I did. I took her to get a Coca, and at Donald's. At Donald's. But I told her, I'm telling her today, when she gets in the car, when I pick her up, that we're not going to Donald's to get a Coca. No more Donald's, no more Coca. Oh, Daisy, is she mad because you got friends elsewhere? I hate that. I hate when content creators get mad because you go other places to hang out. Snowdrop would do that. Like Snowdrop would go and watch Maggot, but Snowdrop never talked about me. So why would I have a problem with her going to Maggot's house? Yeah, you probably need to get out of there anyway, Daisy. Yeah. Let me give you guys my take. I see her lying on her sister. I think that was a big lie to tell, to defame your sister and tell everybody that your sister is stole your identity and married your man and all this other stuff. There's no excuse for Lacey's behavior. And I think that she keeps getting away with stuff. Is this okay? Yeah, you do. You go everywhere. Hello. Yeah, this is my take on Lacey and her family and everything that went down. I found it despicable for her to be online with her son going back and forth on Maggot's channel. That was so cringy to me. I thought that was just, you can't get it no lower than that. But that's what, I don't know her. So I really can't judge her too much. I can just judge her by the behavior that I see. And she does owe her family an apology for lying on them. She owed her sister Stormy an apology. But I don't think she's gonna do that. But she justified her behavior by saying that I forgot, but I just thought it was weird that, you would blame your sister and say your sister stole your identity, and it didn't make any sense. anyway, that's my take-a-do. I'm getting into everybody's business. I don't think I like that. I mean, because like I did a live today, and I was in Ahmad's business. I know I was when I did that video of the one that Danny recorded, which was really good. But I thought we did really well doing a deep dive on it. I really did. But that's just my take of what's going on in the sector. You know? Nobody asked me for my, well, somebody did. That's why I gave it. We're going on a ride-a-do on the road again. Let me get over, because I got to get over, because I think it's straight ahead. No, for some reason it's over there. Yeah. Yeah, it's coming to me. I don't usually go to this nail salon. The girl that I normally go to, she just had a baby. And so I had to find someone else, and they're really good. But I like my nails done, but I don't like going to get them done, if that makes any sense. Sitting there. I like the end, when they get to the end and they're really nice and pretty and I can go home. On the road again. It's like a rainy day today. The sun isn't out. Well, it comes and goes. Oh, that's so sweet, Polo. I like coming over and having a shot with you every now and then. Every time I do, I find myself in the bed when I'm done. I'm like, whoa, laid out. And I still got that same bottle of Grey Goose. Yeah. Don't be upset, Daisy. Daisy, I need another mod. Would you like to be my mod? One of my moderators? How about that? How about you can be my mod instead of Lacey's? Let me know. I party like a rock star. Yes, you do. Yes. Okay, so here is where the nail place is. I'm surprised they haven't called me and said, are you coming? They've done it before. JL Nails. Let me go this way. It just looks a little tight that way. Here we go. We have made it to the destination. Who likes to back in and back out? I hate when people do that. It's annoying. It takes you longer to back out than it does to just go and drive. Now I gotta wait until this lady figures out how to get it done. I'm surprised. You know, my daughter hasn't been on a field trip this year. Last year she went to the zoo. I don't know, they may go to the zoo again this year. I volunteered last year. I was all at the zoo. All right, guys, I got to go get my beautiful nails done. And I'll show you all them tomorrow when I come back on live. Yes, I understand. It's like a family. Yeah, LL is like our mom, sort of a figure. Things out for us, her kids. Aww. Daisy Lee, don't worry about that. You got to understand some people. You can't even be their friends. Okay, Daisy, I'm going to make you a mod. Hold on. I made you a moderator. All I ask you to do is don't block anyone, and feel free to time out someone if they are disrespectful. But most of the time there's no trolls in my chat, so I usually let everybody know. Well, there you go. Daisy Lee is a new member. I needed a new mod. Yes, hang in there, Kamari. Kamari, with that crazy stuff. Woohoo! All right, guys, I better go. Let me get out the car. Hopefully she's done and ready for me. Wow, is this a store? No. I want some candy. You might have some. Hello, is Nancy here? Okay. Eyebrows? Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for Nancy. No, I want my nails done. Okay. Okay, sit there. Okay, let me see what I want done. That one's really pretty. It's gold. Oh, is the red wine sweet?
What wine?
It is? Okay. I'm gonna do a Moscato.
Moscato.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, I get an alcoholic beverage. See, I thought about doing something like this one, the first one, like a French, but I keep changing it. I don't know. Look at this. No. I don't see the burgundy, like a burgundy. Oh, that pink is pretty. What about that pink? That one right there. Should we go with that? That's really pretty. I think I'm gonna do that. I don't know why I would want pink.
Hello?
Thank you. That one's pretty. Okay, can't see it. Should I get square or pointy? Oh, that's pretty. Okay, this is what I was thinking about getting. Like just something a little natural. I don't know. I hate when I'm indecisive. Oh, maybe. Oh, this is pretty. The French tips. Should I do the French? This is the ombre. All right, guys. I'll see you later.